over almost like 400 yards passing or some crazy crap like that, and 3, 4 touchdowns. His receivers dropped like 2 other touchdowns from him. All types of crap, right? So, he was a little gimpy in that game. You can see him kind of limping a little bit or whatever, right? So, they go 2 more games after that. So, a couple weeks ago, you get to a Mississippi State game. Now, Mississippi State's pretty good. They're a decent team in the SEC. They're decent, I want to say. They've been brought from the ashes. They used to be, just step all over Mississippi State like they were nothing. But Mississippi State, they're a formidable opponent. They're okay, but come on, it's Alabama still. So Bama's whooping their ass. It's like late third, early fourth quarter. It's like 40 something to 20, some crazy stuff like Alabama's just killing them. Okay, so ESPN showed something on the sideline where it was a timeout called, and you know how the coaches come on the field and talk to the players or whatever. So Nick Saban had pulled Tua out. So you see Tua walk away, and then he comes back, and then he's talking to Nick Saban in his ear and pretty much begging to go back out. So Nick Saban looks at him, talk to him, whatever. See Tua go get his helmet, come back out. Couple plays later, Tua's scrambling on the play. Play breaks down. He can't find any receivers, so he runs towards the sideline or whatever, looking downfield. So 2 Mississippi State defenders running him down. So they end up tackling him. Tua throws the ball away. They tackle him to the ground on the sideline. They get up. Tua doesn't. So they go over there and look at him. Tua's nose is busted. And come to find out, his hip fractured. Now, what did I say earlier? When something's hurting, when one thing is hurting, our natural reaction, like our body does something where it tries to protect that. So you compensate. Sometimes you do it unknowingly. You just like, damn, I'm walking funny. I'm walking different. So Tua was compensating. So as he was probably falling, he probably didn't want to fall with his knees bent and landed on his hip, trying to protect his knee, and hurt his hip. So now his hip is fractured. Now, this I heard that this fracture is similar to how Bo Jackson's was, which is it's one of those things where I think the bone is kind of, it's gonna always pinch the nerve. So it's like one of them fractures that's real tedious. That's gonna always like pinch a nerve, or he could be sitting there or get up and walk and it just pinching, and it just hurts like all hell. I heard, and that's why Bo Jackson had to stop playing football and then baseball after a while, because it was just too much pain. And I'm pretty sure he probably still, or if he had got his like hip replaced or whatever. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Like it's bad. And for a 19, 20-year-old kid, now we get to talk about, what do you do? Do you come back for another year at Alabama and risk getting hurt again? Or do you just come out and take your chances? And hoping somebody gambles on you. You have a good combine. You kind of heal, rehab. You sit out the rest of the year. He's not coming back this year. So you're out for the rest of the year. You can rehab all the way up into the combine, which is like, what, springtime or something? You got into the springtime and show what you got in the combine, and then get your name back out there. You know, get your grade back up so you can at least be in probably the top, I want to say top 15 to 20 now, or the back of the first round. I just feel like the first round money is over, even if he does come back. There's always going to be that question, how is the knee? And now, how is the hip? And to be totally honest, I hold coaches responsible for shit like that. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was the movie, one of my favorite movies, Varsity Blues. One of my favorite comedy sports movies of all time. It had some serious moments in there, but it was mainly a comedy. But where Lance, the star quarterback, Lance, got hurt. And it was his knee. He blew his knee out. Knee jacked up. So they all go to the hospital. And the coach, Bud Kilmer, comes in. And the family is there. They're distraught. And Moxon is one of Lance's friends, close friends or whatever. He comes in. He comes there, whatever. And earlier he had saw Bud Kilmer and his staff giving Lance a cortisone shot, pretty much. One of them happy shots that numbs all the pain or lets you play with that pain and stuff in the knee. Knowing that Lance done jacked the knee up, he wasn't supposed to be playing or nothing. So when the doctor says, man, he had all types of scar tissue and everything in the knee, he shouldn't even been playing. But Kilmer says, oh, he didn't say anything to me. So, knowing that's a lie. But my point is that coaches have to protect their players first. You're protecting their futures. You can even go as far as real life, the NFL, where you look at the Shanahan kid coaching Washington Redskins. Mike Shanahan, I think, coaching the Redskins and did too much with RG3, and RG3 was ripping the league up, but he got hurt by Haloti Ngata on a freakish play, crazy play. Got hurt, and within a week he was back playing and shouldn't have been playing. Played in the first round game. I'll never forget it. Played in the first round playoff game against the Eagles. Was whooping ass. Go back to pass, tweak his knee. And RG3 wasn't the same since. So my thing is, first thing you do as a coach, you have to protect your players, because you know your players are going to be stubborn. They're going to want to play. They're ultra competitive. They were bred that way. That's just embedded in their minds. Hey, we want to play no matter what. No. I have to protect you from yourself. So that's my whole thing with this Tua thing. Nick Saban should have told him, go sit your ass down. We don't need you right now. You've done enough for this team. Go sit down. You just came back from an injury a few weeks ago, and we were lucky to get you out of a high-level game like the LSU game scot-free. Bye-bye. Go sit down. So I wish Tua the best, man. I really do. I wish him the best. And my suggestion for him would be to sit out this year. Well, he's going to sit out the rest of the year, but get ready for the combine and just come out. Don't go back to college. Don't do it. Don't try to improve draft status. No nothing. Somebody will take a chance on you. You don't have to get first round money. You can play yourself into your money. You have proven yourself. They got enough film on you. So when you're healthy, they know what you can do. So get as healthy as you can, perform well at the combine, and take your chances at getting drafted. All right. So, yeah, man, I'm getting tired. I'm really tired. It's been a long week. Thanksgiving was very, very busy. And then out Black Friday shopping. I'm glad I got everybody out the way. I can relax for this month. This whole month of December, I can relax. But, yeah, man. I want to get into the last topic of the college football before I switch over to basketball. I'll talk rivalry weekend. Now, today we had a few games today. It's normally games after Thanksgiving on Fridays, and I mean we had a few. We had a few of them. Like let me see who played today. Texas and Texas Tech played earlier. Washington State played the Apple Cup. Washington ended up winning that game. And tomorrow it's like it's the big game. Oh, Virginia and Virginia Tech played today too, and Virginia won that game. Iowa and Nebraska played. Memphis and okay, all right, some good games today. All right, so now we get to the big weekend. Now, the biggest game of the day, the biggest two games, I'll cover three. I'm going to cover three games. I'm going to cover the Ohio State-Michigan game. Then I'll cover the Alabama-Auburn game, and then Wisconsin and Minnesota. Because there's big implications in, like, all of those games, I think. Two of them for sure. But, like, all of them. All right. So, since it's going to be a little longer, I'll start out with Michigan, Ohio State. Now, for those of you that don't know too much about Michigan and Ohio State, it's a long, nasty rivalry. It started back. They've been playing for years, but the biggest rivalry started back, I want to say, in the early to the late. Well, I want to say like the late 60s, 70s, something like that. Right before Bo Schembechler came and coached the Michigan Wolverines. Now, Bo Schembechler was an Ohio State man. He coached at Ohio State. So they ended up letting him go. And then he came over to Michigan. And he vowed to whoop Ohio State's ass every year. So from there, it's been bad blood. Like every year, bad blood between Michigan and Ohio State. Now, Michigan leads the series, the all-time series. It wins. Michigan was just so, they were just so top-notch back in the day, like in the early 1900s, all the way up until, like now. Shit, about 100 years. But yeah,